I heard that song this morning. I mean, like channeled it, and then I heard, "Hey man, answer me now, one by one." We're gonna start off with this deck. Wholeness family, infinite waters flowing through you on point Dexter. This is TarotonDex. And I do this from the heart, from the soul, from the streets. So if you think I'm here to play around with you, you should leave now. If you decide to stay, that means you'll allow me in your energy, as is my intent, to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. So let's get started, because we dominate these time constraints. Let's see. Daily check-in, weekend check-in. I think we're going to have to start calling these Friday. Okay. Orange energy, open rose is crazy. You can't see it. Let me see if I can shoot this a little bit without. There's orange candle. There's orange energy in this card. So there's a lot of like open roads, road opening, happy vibes. Yeah, it says you are enough. Do more of what makes you happy. Let's get some more energy. Pleasantries, focusing on pleasure. Yeah, you will find luck. It's a lot of nature here. Maybe I'll go into the pumpkin patch this weekend. This type of energy. Definitely luck is finding you. You may have seen a ladybug recently. I know it's cold outside and stuff like that, but you may have seen a ladybug recently, even one of the like inverted ones. I don't think they ladybugs, but they like black and red instead of red and black. Whatever it is, like that. Best friends energy is out here with goddess of wisdom. You know how this feels to me energetically? It feels like you really love yourself. And I'm not trying to like, I don't, it feels like we finna get ready to go all deep and shit. It just feels like what you have been looking for in the external world, you're finding within yourself. And it's going to just increase your magnetism, because there are going to be so many, opportunities for people and resources, things, money to come into your life, because you have this personal magnetism. If they showing me like a person, like let's say you at the farmer's market and you see a person and they just, looking for flowers or, smelling herbs, but they just seem to be so present. And it's your presence. You're really, really being present with yourself here now, not in a rush to get to the next moment, not worried about what happened already, but very, very present. It's a gift, and people can see it. This is how this feels to me. Freedom fighters energy is out here. There's a lot about the gift of you being present right now, you being allowed to operate in your, like, be free in this moment. And I like this energy. Divine time out. Yeah, my time out to a lot of bullshit. It just feels like there was a lot of external, I want this person to be my love of my life. Or I want this job to give me validation. Or you know how people find validation in being a mother. Or people will find validation in their career. Or whatever it is like that. Nah, you whole. You might be a scientist. You might have your own research lab. Maybe you have a football player for a husband. All of these beautiful things, but you already a dope ass individual first. None of those things make you a dope ass individual, right? You a dope ass individual who is a scientist. You a dope ass individual who married a football player. You get what I'm saying? It's this type of energy. You're really, really tapping it into like presence. Like, and you know how they say the present is a gift. That's how this feels. Yeah, you really, really tapping into your personal presence, being present in the moment, really, really immersing yourself in the now moment, and people can see it. What's that song I always sing when this Elton John card come out? I'm still standing better than I ever been. Better than I was before. In the beginning, I said, you love yourself, right? Duh. But it's just a more active type of love. It's not ethereal. It's not in theory. You actively love yourself. You love being with yourself. It's not lonely. That's how this feels to me. You with God, right? Like you understand being in the presence of God, and it is very, very powerful. And if you're not feeling this vibration, then being present, not worried about what happened yesterday, the shit that you can't fucking change. God grant me the serenity. This first card, serenity, serene. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can. You got to be present to do all of that. And the wisdom, look at God's wisdom to know the difference. And so you accept the things you cannot change. So you know what? If I got a chance, I'll do that differently. And then you change the things you can in the present moment by doing things differently. And guess what? You're going to find peace. I like this energy. Very, very pleasant. It's hard out here for a pimp. Very, very pleasant energy, but there is this like underlying message that's like the people, places, and things in your life that sometimes you feel like hold you down, because that's what this energy means to me, right? This card in my personal deck is the four. This the Four of Pentacles. This same image is the Four of Pentacles. Why? Because he a Pope pimp. He's an emperor, but he ain't got no real empire. His empire kind of raggedy. Is this type of energy, and that's that Four of Pentacles energy. It's the anchors in your life, the things that you feel like hold you down, but they lock you into timelines and frequencies. Most of the ones that you want to break out of. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate your time. Shantae's got it. Man, I was thinking about you this morning, Shantae. I say I got it. I be talking shit. You know, I just talk to myself a lot. And I was like, yeah, I got to go on there and see what Shantae up to. Shantae gonna have us famous around. Shantae's got it, man. Yeah. Oh, we got two Shantaes. Hey, don't we got two Shantaes? So good to me. We're not gonna use this deck again. I don't went through all of that. I haven't used this deck in a while. Let's see what it has to say for the collective. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate your time. Time is a very precious resource. It's something that you don't easily get back. So every moment that we exchange with one another, I want you to know that I appreciate you. Shout out Wisconsin. Okay, cheese. Shout out to Wisconsin. Every moment that we exchange with one another, I want you to know I appreciate you. And I hope I'm saying something that helps. Thank y'all for tapping in. Leave me a like if you haven't already. Subscribe and share this with somebody who needs to hear this. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. What are the most important messages? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You been on your shit. I think there's a lot of things that have been in theory being in practice now. Does that make sense? Like maybe you've been doing a lot of self-help, YouTubing, maybe you've been doing a lot of reading that involves, okay, these are the practices that you need to employ in order to be successful. And it just feels like what at one point in time was so overwhelming and inundating, something that you thought you could never get done, a laundry list, so to say, of problems, you own that shit, right? That shit no longer topples you. You on top of it. That's what this feels like. I want to encourage you, because I feel like you might be like, let's say the pile ain't this tile no more, it's this tile. You making progress when at one point in time, it was going against you, right? It was just building and building and building up. I don't want you to look at what you're doing and say, oh, but I still have so much left to do. I want you to look at what you're doing and say, damn, I'm doing this motherfucking shit. That's what it feels like. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. A laundry list of issues, problems, things it's dwindling. That's how this feels. Theories are being put into practice. The human GPS. It's like what this feels like. What do you have to lose? It feels like the fucking map say this is how you get there. The GPS not working. You don't have no digital help this time, so you got to figure it out on your own. What do you stand to lose to go in this direction, to see if it will help you to arrive at the place you desire to be? That's what I'm tapped into. Ghost and Guru in reverse, the cat lady in reverse. And I feel like you no longer ghosting yourself, like showing up in other people's lives as this formidable or stable person, but not doing those things for yourself. Or the cat lady for the people who really give a fuck about you, or the people who really, really matter the most for you now or for your future. That's how this feels. Impulsive buyer. Energy is out here with laundry list of problems, right? So I really, really feel like with the things that was in theory, look how it's all coming out of her head, right? The things that were in theory are now being in practice, and your issues are like dwindling. I see it. You're getting this thing to work with theory. Conspiracy theorists, right? For some of you, the things that's in theory in your head, you need to put it to practice. And I think that the biggest obstacle sometimes in mind is when you want to take it from mind to hand or mind to action, is that forever. The thought that I'll never drink again, the thought that I'll never smoke again, the thought that I'll never see this person again can be very inundating and daunting. No, what if just for today? What if you say just for today? What if you say, just for this next moment, I just want to see if I'll get closer to my goal. I just want to see if I'll get closer to my dream. So maybe not forever, but right now, just for today, to see if this theory put into practice will manifest and materialize what you actually desire, just for today. And when you say it like that, when you say, well, I'm not going to say I'll never eat pork again, but just for today. I'm not going to say that I'll never eat meat again, but just for today. I'm not going to say that I'll never eat fast food again, but just for today. Let's see if I get closer to my body goals. Let me see if I get closer to my health goals. Let me see if I get closer to my financial goals. If I do it just for today, that's how this feels to me. Procrastination master. Look. Will somebody come and look at this? Will somebody come and look at this? Will you still say this motherfucker shit? But I'm telling you, bro, you're putting it into practice. Or put it into practice. All of these things that you're pontificating, and that's where you're gonna find your power. Say the pussy pig, the pussy pig, the pussy pig. And that's how you're gonna find your power. Overwhelmed is there are a lot of tools available to you, right? And a lot of times, especially if you're neurodivergent, and you're neurodivergent, if you're here, welcome, we love you. Uh, a lot of times there are all of these neurotypical practices and methods. Oh, have a calendar, write it down, da 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 da. That feels very difficult for us, but when we put that shit into practice, it really works, and it becomes like how you got your food. You know how that little food that you, baby, you just, if you hungry and you can't figure out nothing to eat, you go to that one little food and you're going to find happiness there, right? It's this type of energy. You'll find that some of these things become a particular thing for you, a hobby, one of those hyperfixations, and you can actually help to further yourself, make more progress in regards to your goals. I see you making more progress in regards to your goals because a lot of the theories are being put into practice. Yoga pretzel, right? And it's all in my head. I think about it over and over again, right? It be like it's all in your head, right? Like all of this shit. These are power cords, or connectivity lines that could plug this person up to whatever systems that they wanted to log on to, right? But it's all in their head. It's this type of energy when it comes out of your head. Look at the cards. When it comes out of your head and you put it into practice, you actually gonna see some fucking results. Your spirit team is saying, okay, for some of you, not you getting somewhere. For some of you, that's how you get there. Okay? Yeah. Closer than you ever been. It was close. Somebody said it was close. It was almost, I didn't almost make it. I almost didn't make it. Somebody said, yeah, I was almost out of there. But you're making it though with the coffee. The man ain't even spill a drip. Ever grateful he got on boardroom shoes too, so it's like, damn, how the fuck you ain't sliding off that motherfucking surf? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate your time. Time is such a precious resource, something that you don't easily get back. So every moment that we exchange with one another, I want you to know that I appreciate you, and I hope I'm saying something that helps. We said here in the past 24 hours that we were going to. Let me tell you something about spirituality. Lottery numbers, lottery numbers, lottery numbers. When you really tap in and tune into spirit, you don't need no fucking lottery. I mean to tell you, you could be walking down the street and, oh, there's an envelope. I wonder what's in it. Other things happen to you in your life where you like, you don't even have to pay. Come on, just come on in. You could just come in. Yeah, don't worry about your show. It's a $300 ticket, man. You with me, So I get it from a very, you know, like base mindset. You would think that I need to win the lottery, but when you really tap in and tune in the spirit, baby, that's the last thing you need. Okay, so let's move forward. Angels, this might not be your crowd, though. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides, which is here walk the highest path. I used to think good. So, if you're looking for lottery numbers, Rodriguez, this might not be your space. If you didn't catch on to what I was saying, now I'm gonna say it just frankly, right? Maybe you should look elsewhere. You're not gonna find it here. Shantae's got a man head home too soon. This is for singles. If you are a part of the Divine Collective and you're interested in romance, but you're single, too soon. You gotta take your time. I said, take your time. What's the rush? Ooh, 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 ooh. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to. Oh, right? Like I don't want to get to know you, nigga. That's how this feels. Just marry me. You like me? Okay, just put the ring on it. Yeah, buy me a house now. Thank you. Take me on a summertime trip. I'm retiring. Right? It's this type of energy where you just like, and that could have been like how relationships usually work for you. Here first, 5150. I dive in. I'm about to dive in. Huh? Yeah, and that's gaslighting and love bombing. That's love bombing. You know, if you get into a relationship and y'all meet the first day and we were inseparable. After day one, we were inseparable. Type of love bombing, type of psychological unhealthiness. We'll just say that. Whatever it is like that. If you're so vulnerable, if nothing was going on in your life to where you could meet somebody one day and then it's just head gung ho 5150 from there. I mean, I'm saying I know a lot of relationships that's how they started and that's how they continue to this day. I'm just saying it doesn't come from sound mind. We know God doesn't give us a spirit of fear, but a power of love and of sound mind. So you gotta take your time. I say take your time, and there's this, small talk, getting to know each other, maintaining your boundaries when you just want to let your hair down. All of those types of things are involved, but you gotta take your time. That's gonna be your most powerful path forward. They're using this very too. They've been using this prefix all week though. Too risky, too soon. You need to take your time, right? Something is shit now. 222 angel number, huh? And these motherfucking cards ain't even got no motherfucking numbers on it. That bitch say too soon, too risky, and too busy. This very energy. There's two, like we're going to the store, and there's it's just too much. TOO, right? TOO is the energy of excessive. Excessive energy is out here. It's risk. It's like rushing. It just feels like rushing, a inundation, a swelling, a welling, a wave of energy, and you have to take your time. Godly things grow. If I got a plant, if I go outside and I say, well, you know what? I don't want to water this plant once a week. I just want to water it enough for it to grow as big as it can grow. And I take an enormous amount of water and I just water the plant. What's going to happen to the plant? But just say, fuck it, I don't never want to have to water you again. I'll just give you all the water for your whole life today. If I did that to a human, what would happen? It's this type of energy. So you got to learn to take your time. You got to recognize this energy about like that rushing type of energy where you got to recognize that then you have to say, okay, is that healthy? Right? Does that come from sound mind? Is it coming from a divine place? And then what does? And then you'll come to see that things like small talk is an indicator. It's just an indicator, and I get it because who likes small talk? I don't think the people who always participate in small talk like small talk, but it's an indicator of healthy boundaries. Healthy people know that if you can participate in that type of banter, then you have boundaries. You're not overly giving in the things that are personal to you, not overly sharing your energy. Fated to be alone, right? And the reason why, hello, thank you, Spirit. The reason why is because you think you fated to be alone. It's comparison, right? I'm too old. I'm too this. I'm too that. I'm another thing. Da, 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 da. None of that shit is true. None of that shit is true. You told yourself that they made it up. It was a lie. It's a lie in my Michael Jackson voice. It's the type of energy, right? And so then you wind up going too fast into some shit, and then gung ho 5150 head first, you done dive into something, and it's shallow. It's materialistic. It's not what you thought it was going to be. It's they pulled the wool over your eyes. You know what I mean? They pretended to be something, and then ended up being something else because you didn't take your time to get to know. Because I could tell you I'm a doctor, bitch. Meet me in the right. I can say, oh yeah, I got a rental. I might be wearing dressed to the nines. Oh yeah, I'm a doctor. I got a PhD. Da, 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 da. Bitch, I can make. Let me tell you something. I can make you believe that probably for a good week. I probably a good week. If I can get you in the bed before then, bitch, you got it. Mission accomplished. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe longer than a week. It'd probably be difficult. The story will start to fall apart, right? Where are your colleagues? Why are you never at work? Where are your materials? Don't you have any books? Do you read the journals? Right? You say, bitch, you ain't got nothing in here but tarot cards. How the fuck you a doctor? Where's your medical journals and shit like that? When you after a week or two, it'll fall apart. This is what I'm tapped into. You gotta take your fucking time. Retreating energies out here, and you gotta get to a place in yourself where you don't think being alone it means that something is wrong. Because where the fuck that came from? Who the fuck told you that being alone means something wrong? That's the most powerful. That's the easiest place to create. I'm gonna tell you something. When people you heard that sound that's going viral. Say, man, when I'm trying to record these niggas moving and going back and forth, and everybody walking back and forth and shit, you need silence to create. You need silence in order to hear the words of God moving through your body long enough to be able to produce what God is telling you, long enough to be able to follow the instructions. This is what I'm tapped into. being guarded, right? So you go from, oh, this person fits the bill head first, 5150, to what could actually be a viable relationship and something healthy, because it comes across as a slow burn, right? You're guarded to that shit because really the subconscious, the root of it all, the subconscious fix that we need is that you think that you fated to be alone, or that you think that you too this or you too that, and that's why you can't find relationships. Look, 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 look at this. Too much work, too busy, too risky, too soon, and the two angel number and not a damn number on this board. Ain't that nothing? Ain't that nothing self-neglect? Because you want to give it to somebody else, and you want to give it to this, and you want to give it to that, and you want to give it to the other thing, but you won't give it to yourself. Ain't that something? Being you think it's gonna come from somewhere else. And I think that the propaganda of relationships, especially like in the media, will make you think that it's gonna come from somebody else. That is fucking story time. Those are fucking fairy tales. That shit ain't real life. And it's gonna behoove you singles to know now rather than later the difference between love in real life versus love on the big screen, okay? And that love in real life is a slow burn. Oh, on the big screen, you fall in love at first sight. That's gaslighting. That's love bombing. In real life, you get to know a motherfucker. You say this person is my friend. They're trustworthy. They're reliable. They don't overshare my business. They're not too freely giving of my time or my money. They don't want to waste things. They could be good for me, and that take time. Okay, sound mind. Sound mind. Right? God does not give us a spirit of fear, but a power of love and of sound mind. So the idea of falling in love is theatrical. You know, is not sound. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. I love you so much. It's pretty to think about, huh? It's beautiful to look at. Oh, that's so, you can't live in that shit. You can't do that shit every day. Is it sustainable? Right? It's pretty. Oh, it's so romantic. Oh, this is how we met, and he bought me flowers. Bitch, can you do this every day for the rest of your life? Can y'all take care of kids? Can y'all purchase homes? Can you go, or is this just a fucking fantasy? It gotta be sustainable, baby. T-Lady ain't trying to fuss at you. T-Lady ain't trying to fuss at you. I'm just telling you, it gotta be sustainable. It gotta be something that you can do over and over and over. And that's Farmer's Almanac. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes that's boring. Sometimes that's boring. Sometimes that's not exciting. But that's the shit that lasts years. Years. Okay, let's do relationships. Oh, this is the same thing. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. So we should see as well. The highest path I think for the greatest good. What is the most important? There's nothing wrong. Let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with that's Knight of Cups energy. There's nothing wrong with a Knight of Cups. Somebody who comes into your life, they fun, they exciting. They remind you that you're a bad bitch. You say, "Well, I still got it, but like I'm a episode, okay, like it." But you can't. That's fun. That's a night at the casino. Woo! I let my hair down. We went girls' night out. Right? Boom. You got to go back to work. Maybe you got the weekend, baby. Maybe you got a weekend. You on vacation. Maybe you in Monaco and you doing it big. You get what I'm saying? But you got to go back to reality. Yep, they go rabbity. You get what I'm saying? Is it sustainable? There's nothing wrong with Knight of Cups experiences because we all need a Casanova every now and then to remind us that we are bad people. You understand what I'm saying? But you still got to get back to reality. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm not fussing. If you're in love, if you're in partnership, if you're in relationship, and you want to know the energy going on, honest conversations, I think that no matter how much you hear, conversation rules the nation. Or you hear relationship therapists talk about how communication is key, and if you can't trust this person, you don't have anything, right? And that's the first part out. Relocating energies out. You have to be honest with your partner about how change is happening for you. Change is the most constant thing. And that's why they say when you get with somebody, you need to travel with them. Because change is the most constant thing in this physical realm. Things are always changing. Even if you can't see it, it could be the most subtle thing, right? If you want to view paradise, simply view or look around and view it. Want to change the world. And then he plucks that leaf or whatever. He plucks some type of gooseberry off the tree he was eating. Just go and do it. Changing the world is as simple as me flipping over this card. Is this type of energy, the fool card. All you gotta do is do it, right? And so I think you need to be honest with this person about what's changing within you, and then you'll know if this is divine because they gonna want to grow with you. They gonna want to change with you. They understand that change is constant, and in the ways that you bloom, they want to enhance your beauty. That's what this is: fantasy versus reality. And sometimes there's like trepidation, fear. Sometimes there's fear around, well, what if I change and they don't? That's how this feels to me. Free yourself. What the fuck? You gonna stay a bud or forever rose? You ever seen those forever roses? And they get the roses to a certain point, they grow it, and then they like I don't know, flash freeze it or some shit like that, and it's just forever a little, teenage rose and never fully bloomed. Have you ever seen a fully bloomed rose? I'm talking like on a rose bush, or those big ass roses, and they like this big around like the size of a saucer, and they full bloom. A rose is still a rose, baby girl. You're still a flower, and it's this type of energy. If you wanted to be honest about how you were changing and how you were growing and how you were blooming, and then you were in a connection with something, it didn't matter what the fuck it was, and you was in a connection with something, and it's like, nah, you can stop blooming now. We're just gonna stay right here at this point in your bloom. Then would you want to stay connected? That's suffocating. You know what I mean? It's the visage, joy, and stability energy is out here with don't give up. And I think that God doesn't give us a spirit of fear. And the idea that you feel like you can't communicate to this partner in your life who's supposed to be, what they say, through health and poor, sick, what the shit is, they basically say when we old and when we young, when we good and when we ain't, bitch. You get what I'm saying? So now you done made a partnership with this person, you put yourself in bondage to this person, and you say, no matter what we go through, because we know change is gonna come. We knew change was gonna come when we made this vow to one another in front of God, right? So then why you can't go to them and tell them you're ready for a change? That's what I'm tapped into. Respect, boundaries, energies. This card been coming up just over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. When the card first came up, I first thought it was the divine collective not respecting the boundaries of their partner, being that sometimes people got to go to work or sometimes people got issues in their family, and it's not always they want to break up or they cheating or nothing like that, right? It's other things in life. But this to me feels like you're not respecting your own boundaries, that you disrespecting your boundaries in order to accommodate this person. What I tell y'all, when you give somebody else the benefit of the doubt, they get all the benefit and you get all the doubt. So now your body is saying, your mind is saying, your inner soul is calling out for you to make a change, and you don't feel like you can express this to your partner in life. Nah, bro. Is it your partner in life? Your spirit team is saying, let go of control and open up. And I really feel like you will find out that you really living in reality, and this is a reality you can appreciate. This feels sustainable to me. Whenever I tap into this relationship, it feels sustainable to me. But is it sustainable because you're being your most authentic self in full bloom? Or is it sustainable because you're shrinking to fit in? That's what you have to ask yourself. Self-sabotage at the bottom of the day. I could not make this shit up if I tried, friend. Huh? Is it sustainable because you're staying small? I don't know about that then. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift? I always hope I'm saying something that helps. These are some pontifications that we'll have to ponder over the weekend, right? Should we get to the collective messages? Maybe tap into finances before we do the elements. What Jeff said. Y'all tell me what Jeff said, cause for real, I'm about to tell y'all something. Y'all, bro, don't y'all gonna think I'm lying. That's why I don't be telling people shit. Y'all gonna think I'm lying, man. Sliding doors are very not secure. Like I just from the hood. I'm from the hood though, and like if burglars really know how to break in, like they could detach the latch, they could unlock you, bro. And you know how you think you tripping or you try to make excuses for things or whatever it is like that, bro. But it is really, man, for the past few nights, bro. Somebody has been trying to get in, and they not trying to steal anything, and they not trying to assault me or anything like that. But they have been almost like a mental warfare, doing things to my patio, coming on my patio. One morning I woke up and my sliding door was all the way open. Ever since then, I've been putting a stick behind it. You heard that shit. One morning I opened up, it was open, right? And I'm like, maybe it was a kid, you know what I mean? I always kind of go to that sliding door at night, and I like to look out of it. I open it up a little bit because I burn frankincense and myrrh every night. So I'm like, maybe I left it open for maybe I left it open for just fell asleep and didn't close the door, right? Didn't think nothing about it. So, but I did put that stick behind it though because I know about sliding doors. Either way it go, don't worry about that. The other morning I snore. The other morning I'm waking up and I woke up. You know how spirit wake you up, just straight up out your sleep, and the door do 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 do. When the door do 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 do, the blind fall. Mind you, I just wake. I'm just up out of my sleep. I wear glasses so I can't see, and I literally cannot see. When I take my glasses off, I can't see this phone no more, right? So I literally cannot see. But you know how you like, am I tripping? Am I tripping? And it's this type of energy. So what the comment was? What the comment was though? Because she said you act like you was a stalker. So what did he say? He think this is a day nap. Oh, well, get your ass on. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides, and witches, seers, walk the highest path for the greatest good. I ain't no punk bitch, and that's kind of like my problem too. Cause I kind of like to be with the shit a little bit. Cause I ain't in the hood no more. We'll be out there tussling and wrestling and shit. I was like, oh, you wanna get active? that little thing in my throat start. That little, I used to be angry. I used to be very angry, and anger is an addiction. Oh shit! I thought. But nah, they not trying to fight. They not trying to steal. No, it's like a mental thing. Never mind. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides, and to see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message? What does the divine one need to the most to walk the highest path for the greatest good? Huge decisions, credit repair. We're talking about finances for the divine ones. It's like you jumping the gun, right? I like that you're planning. I like because plans lead to success, right? Without planning, we know that failure is inevitable. But I also feel like you're skipping steps. There are prerequisites, right? In order for you to do what you need, what you want to do. Verbs of confirmation. Because I was about to say sustainably. I was about to say by yourself, but not necessarily by yourself, but in a way where you're not reliant, incumbent upon these external entities, right? Like how everybody was in a panic when TikTok was about to get when we thought TikTok was going away, right? It's these ideas, right? It's the idea of being self-sustainable, so that if one thing shifts and changes, you are still okay. So it feels like you're trying to skip a step. And I think that it's like under the guise of, well, I can get that from here, or I can go there and get that. But that thing will always be like a weak point, the weakest link. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. And before you go building a house, right, and putting all of these expensive things in this house, you want to make sure the fence is secure. Right, you want to make sure the security system is adept, so that if anything does happen, you can secure yourself. And it's this type of energy that's on this board. You trying to skip a step. That's what's on this board. The money coming, and the plans that you are making are sound. I really like this energy, but I feel like you're trying to skip a skip. I feel like you need to get your credit right, honestly. And for many of you, it's going to be those foundational things, having that lump sum or something like that. Yeah, having that lump sum. That's going to be it. So that also retirement savings. But they're showing me in my mind's eye a fence, a fence, a space FENCE. Offense. And they showing me that needing to be secure, security systems in place, so that as you're building this $1 million empire, nobody can come in and take, right? Don't skip the steps. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Thank you so much. This way, if anything ever shifts in your energy, if anything ever shifts in your energy, you won't feel like desolate. You won't feel desperate for attention like the people in the chat, desperate for anybody to give you energy and exchange energy with you because you're not getting it from anywhere else. Cryptocurrency energies, you already have these investments. Like I said, I feel like the plan in place is sound. I just feel like you're trying to skip. Have you ever heard of skipping the gradient? If you think of education, You think of kindergarten, pre-K, kindergarten, first grade, blah, 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 right? What if somebody goes straight to fifth grade? If somebody goes straight to fifth grade and they haven't been given these fundamental foundational types of education, then they won't be able to function in the fifth grade. That's what this is, the letter F showing up significantly. Right? So be careful of fear of failure, right? Don't think that you're gonna fail. Know that you're about to fly, but you also cannot skip the first steps, right? You need to be prepared, and having a sound foundation is how you'll be prepared for unexpected expenses. And can I say something? That if those other things do come through, you know what I'm saying? Like earlier we were talking about, like, if you could reach out to other people and have this supplement, right? Remember I said you was gonna do it by yourself, and then I said not necessarily by yourself, but be self-sustainable. What if that other shit does come through? You get the loans, you get the supplements, you get the support. Then the foundation that you have in place is just cushion. It's just the cushion that you need to keep going, right? I like the energy. I just feel like you're skipping foundational steps, and your spirit team is asking that you focus on these foundational steps first, so that when you get farther, you're able to function. Does that make sense? Yeah. Focus on the fundamentals first, so that when you get farther, because you're going farther, you're able to function. You could have left them in the chat. I could have had a little fun with that. In any case, you know, as a channel message, I want to say that nothing in your external world, everything in the external world is present in your internal world. The external world is a reflection of the internal world, right? People be mad when they are attracted to you, and their attraction to you is not socially acceptable. And you have to know that. You have to know that you can't need other people to affirm it. You have to be able to identify when people are attracted to you. If I don't like something, I get the fuck away from it, right? But if I like it, and I don't know how to say that I like it, it'll come across as like maybe sarcasm, a snide remark, right? Some type of offense. And especially growing up, I mean, experiencing this world as an empath, as someone who's tapped into people's feelings and emotions and the emotions of the world around you, you be knowing shit and you don't even know how you know it. You gotta know that it's people that's like wanting you to change who you are so that you can be more acceptable, so that they can approach you. And the idea that you're rebellious to that you say, fuck you, I never fit into whatever mold that you want me to fit in. I don't give a fuck if you like it like that. This is how I like it. Then they're gonna always try to make you mentally send mental attacks. I told you it's mind fuckery. It's warfare. They're always gonna try to send mental attacks to make you feel inferior, to try to project insecurity onto you. It's this type of energy. Don't nobody like when folk too proud. And you gotta know that. Carol, baby, we've been neighbors. We neighbors. We live on the same street. Because I'm over here doing my thing. And motherfuckers coming from out there in the YouTube streets to me in my neighborhood and try to tell me something. Like, this is my first time being fat. Like, I just woke up today. Like, I just woke up today fat and black. Bitch. Renowned perspectives, scholarly observation, bitch. I don't know what the fuck to say. You like me, don't you? Is what I be wanting to say. You like me, don't you? And you mad because I don't want to really be pretty and shit like that. That's what it be. You like me and you mad because I don't want to wear a wig or be skinny. And you like to hear me talking funny and all that shit, and you hate that. You like me. So instead of you feeling the energy, I hate that. You want me to feel that. So you say stupid shit. Because I know I'm fat and black, right? You say, you fat black? Duh. Why would that make me feel it? Why would that make me feel anything? I've been living in America 40 years. I'm 40 years old. Look at that. I've been living in America 40 years. This ain't my first go around. Thanks for the observation. And can I say something? People like that been fucking people like me the whole time. Bitch, I ain't lying. I swear to God. I live in Baton Rouge. LSU is 5 minutes down the street. Bitch, they want it. They want you. You think they don't want you? Girl, get the fuck out of here. You ain't never seen the movie about how they be doing the slaves in slavery? They'll take it from you, girl. You gotta be careful. And later on there say, fat black nigger. You like, what the fuck? You just started. You're just unconfused. I'm telling you, I live in the deep south. I was born and raised in the deep south. So I'm not making this up. They'll lay around there and be sweet to you and bring you flowers and bring you candy and show you some what they be wearing, Abercrombie and Finch. And then later on, when they get around their friends, you fat black nigger. A scheme that Todd set up. I'm sorry. Moving forward, shout out to all my Todds. Shout out to all my Kyles. I got Todds, Kyles. I got Alexises. I got all that. Shout out to all my Katies. I love y'all. I fuck with y'all. What Outkast said, what Andre 3000 said. Y'all don't hear me. You just want to dance. Thank you so much for the observations. And see how you saying that? This is how people be telling on themselves. I want to scroll down and talk about this. Black Lives Matter, right? How do you know that Black Lives Matter? Unless you be telling on yourself. Because what does it, I've never, in my mind, I don't know what a homeless girl at McDonald's smell like. What the fuck are you doing on a regular basis? That's what's coming up in your brain. Do you understand what I'm saying? That for a regular basis, that as an insult, in your brain, you say, I don't know what that smells like. What are you doing on a regular basis? What are you doing outside of McDonald's with the homeless people? You sound like what you typing in the comments lets me know you sit on the concrete. You sit on the curb, don't you? Get your ass up. You're not supposed to be out there. You trying to insult me and you telling me what you do on a regular basis. And you're inadvertently doing that. You didn't need to tell me, damn, I'll be outside with the homeless people. So much so that I know what they smell when they finish eating McDonald's. What are you talking about? And that's how people be. You got to really know that these are the people who are driving on the interstate with you. You got to really know that these people are not, it's not there. He don't realize and recognize that he just told me, you just told me, you be, never mind. Blocked. Never mind. Blocked. What are you doing outside with the homeless people? Get your ass, get up. Probably got a nice ass house somewhere in a zip code I don't even know about. But I don't want to live with my family and follow the rules and just go be a smart person. No, I want to go to McDonald's by the bus station. I bet you better one by the Greyhound, ain't it? I'm going to go to the McDonald's by the Greyhound and just judge every person in the world off of my interactions at the McDonald's by the Greyhound. Boy, stop. You just telling on yourself. And you don't even know it. That's how smart you are. What you finna do a reading for?
Mom, do you hear that guy noise?
Yeah, girl. Fucking gang stalkers. Them motherfucking gang stalkers, even the children on your ass. Even the children catching on, y'all. Them motherfucking gang stalkers, baby. Go ahead and finish these readings. Why you shoot me? That's why I ain't buying you no more guns. Cause see how you just came from behind that door and just started popping off at me like that? Oh no.
I was trying to shoot
Girl, how the baby came in here and talk about where's all this noise coming from? Girl, you stole my whole face, didn't you?
Mom, I was trying to shoot him.
That's okay, but you was trying to shoot Aaron. That's my son. First of all, we are your family. You don't shoot at us. Now, Aaron, please see. That's why I don't like to do stuff. Cause see, you will break stuff. Apollo won't break it. No. You doing stuff that's gonna break it. So go ahead, close the door. Look, they gone now. You see, they gone now, Aaron. Okay, who we doing the reading for? Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that we should see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. Kay, Kay, they was messing with me today, Kay. I promise I know how to act. I know how to act, Kay. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm lying, Kay. Alright. Kay, I just lied to you. I'm sorry. We doing Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Five of Swords energies out here. You can feel the energy in the chat, like and if you, I don't know if you're watching this later or whatever it is like that. Five of Swords is like intellectual, iron sharpens iron. There's a lot of hurdles, is what it feels like to me energetically. I was going to say opposition or impediments in your path, yes, but it is, look at Larry, but it is making you stronger, right? Like it is like if you think of a hurdle jumper, right, and their ability to be able to gazelle over that shit, like like a motherfucking gazelle, they just right? It's this type of energy where don't be upset or don't be flustered, right? Like what spirit is trying to show you is like how to be able to athletic performance, how to be able to compose, or how to be able to under pressure, like stay focused, hone in. I don't know. They're showing me an athlete, bitch. They're showing me an athlete, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and I don't know. He playing basketball. Motherfuckers crowds in the stand, right? So he under that pressure, right? The skull shot, right? He's still able to focus on what he's doing or what his task is, despite all the pressure. And that's what this is about, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Five of Swords energy. You're learning how to perform, or God is giving you 10 of Swords, Five of Swords. What's 10 plus 5? 15, what's 1 plus 5? That's 6, right? 6 of Swords energy is out here. God is giving you this, like, this is increasing your skill set. That's what this feels like to me. Hangman energy is out here. So that Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jumps over the candlestick, so that you're able to elude and be invasive or be more nimble and more agile. Spider-Man up on the walls and swinging and shit, right? Be more agile in this environment that you're going in, right? Because Spider-Man is a superhero. Matter of fact, ain't he an Avenger, right? But he's tiny. He's a little bitty little thing. And so you're learning how to, maybe people underestimate you all the time. There's a card that comes up a lot for this collective. It's an innocence card. So people might think that you're young and naive and you're doe-eyed. Oh, I need some help. Please help me. Type of energy. When really you're a whole beast out here in these people's street. And these experiences, look at Harry Potter. You know how Harry Potter was like, why are people acting like that to me? And the whole time they knew he was going to beat Voldemort. They already knew he had to beat Voldemort before. As is this type of energy. Page of Pentacles. And it's like Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Similar to, what her name is? Alice in Wonderland. She could beat the Jabberwockies. And everybody in Wonderland knew already that she had beat the Jabberwockies, but her. Everybody in Wizardworld knew that Harry had beat Voldemort. He who shall not be named. But Harry is this type of energy. 10 plus 5 is 15. There's 6 swords. The Hangman energy is out here just hanging around. Because it's circumstances and situations that may feel uncomfortable for you at this time, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. But it's giving you increasing skill set. This is what I'm tapping into. Wheel of Fortune is exactly what you need, because you're going into this environment or this experience or this workplace where this is going to be your constant goal. So you have to learn how to operate. I'm talking about operate at your apex under pressure. The Fool card energies out here, TTG, right? They started playing man, I feel that bitch, I ain't lying. They started playing Young Boy NBA because it's that energy that he feel when he start playing, like just be on go. Justice card energies out with the 10 of Pentacles. And so not only, is it giving you the skill set that you need to match with this energy that's innate to you so that you can create this legacy. You got a 10-10 angel number on this board, 10 of Cups energies in reverse. So it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows, but you must endure the rain. Can you stand the rain so that you can have rainbows? Yeah. I know all the days won't be perfect, but that's all can you stand the rain? Can you? Thank you so much, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I love y'all energy. Goddamn, y'all gonna have a good weekend. Y'all maybe going out to the comedy club or something this weekend, okay? Maybe y'all go and do some karaoke or something. Have fun. I hope you enjoy your experience. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that we should see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, my water babies. What do the water babies need to know most to walk the highest path for the greatest good? Queen of Pentacles energy. She's poised. She's eloquent. She stands her ground. She has boundaries firm, boundaries intact that allows her to be able to take care of the things that means a lot that are important to her. But she's not um, aggressive. Ten of Wands energy is out here. It's maverick. It makes me feel like Maxine Shaw in the way that you can go out and get. You remember from Living Single? It's like going out and getting and come back with the type of energy is out here. Ace of Wands energy is out here. A lot of feminine energy, creative energy. A Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This ability to create. Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Ace of Wands. They just saying it can't stay in your mind. And we've been talking about that a lot today. It cannot stay in your mind. The things that you're pontificating, these theories, remember earlier, these theories that you have going on, it's important for you to put them into practice. And so there will be opportunities. There will be opportunities for you to put these theories into practice. If you don't choose willfully to put these theories into practice, there will be these experiences. The devil card energy is out here with the fool once again, right? There will be these experiences that show you why at least you should try, right? Like if this is where I'm going, continuing in what I'm doing, I should at least try this because this is not accommodating, right? It's obsessive, it's addictive, it's this type of energy. Maybe it's working, but it's not ideal. Does that make sense? Page of Pentacles energy is out here with the Empress. I like the energy because Page of Cups, out here with the Empress. There's a lot of Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy showing up in the reading. I like the energy because I want to say a lot of feminine energy showing up in your reading, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I like the energy because there's a lot of creativity. There's a lot of space for creativity. But without the logic, without the order, without the plan, the creativity stays in this ethereal state. So the opportunity for you to bring this thing that you're visualizing in your mind, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, is very possible, but it's going to take some type of like discipline. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, Ten of Wands, Ace of Wands energy is out here, but it can't be what you would think of when you think of King of Wands energy is out here. It's more of refined. It's more of a refined and subtle way of aggressively pursuing something. That's what this feels like. Ace of Wands energy is out here. Ace of Wands showed up twice. So this opportunity for you to take action is likely going to happen. Like probably over Page of Pentacles. I called this card Page of Pentacles energy is out here with the Page of Cups. You might be underestimating yourself. Nine of Pentacles energy is out here in regards to everything that you can create. Ten of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. This is a lot of creative energy. Queen of Pentacles, Empress, the Fool card. And when you think, when I'm like how I see creativity in my mind's eye is it looks like Tiamat, right? Like if you read a description of what Tiamat is, waters, clashing. You think you see lightning. It's a dragon, right? Anything can happen, right? But if with organization, separation. If you think of masculine energy, logic, will, and order, then you can take this create like think of the ocean, right? The ocean. Pure creativity, and then biologists, a marine biologist, logic, will, order, masculine energy in the creativity to bring understanding to it. That's going to be your most powerful path forward. I feel like the impediments are that you underestimate yourself, and I feel like another impediment is it stays in your head instead of being brought into practice. I am so grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, let me know how that resonated for you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time, the energy, the love, and support. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. My intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance, and I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. If I've said something that helps y'all, leave me a like, double tap that screen, and share the live. It gets the people going. If anybody provokes you, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, provocative energy, right? Ace of Wands, provocative. If anybody provokes you, you have to let it provoke you to greatness. Does that make sense? Like, don't let it provoke you to base, deplorable behavior. Let it provoke you to be dynamic. Let it provoke you to think outside the box. Who's next, Spirit? We haven't done air and we haven't done earth. We're going to do earth. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. Now, we should see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo? What does Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo need to know most to walk their highest path for their greatest good? Okay, I almost wanted to take it. It was an Ace of Pentacles, but it went back in the deck. We'll see if it comes out. Knight of Wands energy is out here. Three of Swords with the Seven of Cups. Girl, what the fuck? What you got going on? The Knight of Wands is impulsive and compulsive. The Knight of Wands can also be ambitious, the type of person who takes the initiative. It's important to take the initiative, but don't get out in front and not know the way, right? Be willing to support a good leader if you have this type of ambition so that you can learn how to direct your energy in powerful ways. Seven of Cups energy is out of the Three of Swords, meaning that I got all this ambition and all this like gusto is how it feels energetically, but then it goes to nothing because you get out in front and then you don't know which way to go. Okay. Then you try to have to turn around and look and say, so do we go left or do we go right? And so don't lose the ambition, don't lose the initiative, but be aware of like, how to direct that energy. That's what this is about. It's the star card energy in reverse, right? I like it. Because ambition and initiative, and you need that. You need that, but you also need direction, guidance. What is it say? Failing to plan is like planning to fail. Nine of Cups energy is out here, and if you're building whatever you're building, Aladdin, if Nine of Cups energy, if you're building whatever you're building off of lies, off of facade, off of things that are unsustainable, we talked about that earlier, then we know that inevitably it's going to come to a fault, right? Like eventually Aladdin had to tell Jasmine that he wasn't no motherfucking prince. Right, like they got there. Eventually, he had to say, "I'm not no prince. I got a genie." Da 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 da. Is this type of energy? Nine of Swords with Three of Swords. That's Four of Swords. You can skip all of that drama. Save the drama for your mama. You can skip all of that drama. You can recognize your initiative, recognize your ambition, and then make sure that you have this guidance. Something that's divine that's guiding you to help you avoid some of the pitfalls that are like already dug. It's people that dug pitfalls a long time ago. 9 angel number. Oh, okay. These are the what do you call them? Seven deadly sins. These are the patterns and predictive patterns that people fall into whenever they're on a path toward power. I said a push a P, a push a P, a push a P. Is this type of energy? Hangman energy is out here with the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles was how we started, how we Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energy, right? I said it when I was shuffling through the deck. I said I saw the Ace of Pentacles. We'll see if it comes out. Here you go. Ace of Pentacles, like to see it. Here you go. Ace of Pentacles, Barbie Dreamhouse. You have this capacity to manifest and materialize Barbie Dreamhouse. But the thing is, if you're just doing it willy-nilly, if you're just doing it free heart, if you think you're going to explore the Amazon jungle and not take any path that has been carved before you, then you're probably going to get ate up by an anaconda. But if you pay attention to the scientists who went before you, if you learn, if you read their books, if you take a path that has been trod before, and then you try to take it farther, that'll be your most powerful path forward. The Fool card energy is like the Six of Pentacles. It's like they saying, let somebody give to you, bro. Let somebody guide you. Your ambition, your initiative is respectable. It's like, salute that, right? But without guidance, where the fuck are you going? That's how this feels. What's at the bottom of the deck? Three of Cups. I don't know. See, do you know? You got ahead of yourself. That's what the biggest impediment is, that you'll get ahead of yourself. And like wise, like if you're going to, even wise people surround themselves with wise people. Shantae's got a man at home. 9 angel number. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, Ace of Pentacles. The star card is out here in reverse. 717 angel number. Ambition, initiative. All those good. All those things are good. Impulse and compulsivity, not good. Make sure that when you get ahead, you also know which way you're going. Shantae's got a man at home. He's so good to her. I'm sorry that. Okay. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Thank you so much for your time, the energy, the love, and support. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Let's see. Okay. It's my twin in him. Go, best friend. We're going to see what comes out, because it's like, make sure that the decisions that you're making are independent and authentic to who you are, and not based on the environment that you're in or some people that you're trying to impress or a relationship that you like to maintain, something like that. Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It's my twin in them. Three of Pentacles energies out here. It's like, this subtle, I'm scared to grow. Real monsters. Three of Pentacles energies out here. The moon. I know what you did, that son of a bitch. I know. Moon card energies out of the Three of Pentacles. There's subconscious, mommy issues. There are subconscious issues around growing like beyond this level. It's time for you to go to the next level. Your spirit team say, okay, you gonna stay here. How long you gonna stay here? You need to be here for a while. You need to be here for a while to learn stability, to learn security, to trust in yourself. Now you did it, right? But it's subconscious programming and it's mommy issues, worth and deservingness and the type of shit that you get from your mama. That's how this feels. I don't like it. King of Wands energy is out here with the King of Pentacles, right? Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands on the board. And one pool, bro. They came out together. King of Wands is the Queen of Wands is creative. She's mystical. She's magical. King of Wands is the execution of her mystical and magical ideas or feelings and emotions. Moon card energy is out here, so it's not capacity. You know what I mean? We're not worried about capacity. King of Pentacles energy is out here. Three of Pentacles. You even put yourself in a position to where you're not even worried about the resources no more. But there's something going on with the subconscious. There's something going on with the mind. Tower card energy is out here, and until you reprogram those subconscious programmings that tell you whatever it feels like you're not good enough or you can't have, or maybe she never said, or the absence of her never was, she never said to you anything, but just that absence or her presence makes you feel like I don't deserve any more than this. It couldn't be her. It might not be her at all. It just might be like, what you told yourself based on how you grew up. Well, if I had a mama like this is all I can have. If my mama was like that, this is all I can have. And until you undo those subconscious programs that are affecting you, it's going to be difficult for you to realize and manifest. I'm talking about Queen of Swords energy. Queen of Swords energy, you heard my says the mind. You got shit going on up here. And when you can correct that shit going on up here, it ain't going to stop you from having anything that's going on out here. I said that earlier. The external world is a reflection of the internal world. What's happening in the external world is only a catalyst for how much sharper you can get. How much sharper you can get. What intellectual adeptness can you claim from this energy? That's what you need to be asking yourself. What are you trying to learn? Four of Cups energy is out of the Seven of Pentacles. Because you can have somebody better than Arnold. Hey, Arnold, I seen Arnold ass out here earlier, didn't I? It was like a Six of Pentacles card. That might have been another reading. In any case, you can have something better than Arnold. But as long as you're waiting on Arnold, you will never have what God really wants for you. Okay, Gina? That's how this feels. I am so grateful for you. Two of Pentacles energies out here with the Lovers card right underneath it. Queen of Wands came out twice. It is like not letting the connections or the environment in your life dictate. Not letting the connections or the environments in your life dictate your experience. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Nah, no, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. And I'll tell you what I want. I want to really, really, really want a jigga jig ah. And I don't think anybody had jigga jig ah before that. And she said, you know what? Fuck that. We about to jigga jig ah. And now everybody do it. I don't know. I don't know if everybody do it. I was just using that as an example. Everybody for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. And I really, really, everybody was doing it for a while. If you want to be my love, I mean, when that song came out, we were we were doing it. We never questioned it or anything. Everybody, bro, why am I like this? Everybody for the opportunity to share. We went that shit. We went 51-50 first. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Okay. What do you need to know going forward? So until I see you again on this beautiful Friday, what do you guys think? I'm gonna let y'all pick the gods and goddesses of lore and mythos, or I don't even know, the baddies, the gods and goddesses of lore and mythos, or the baddies, the gods. This deck is yellow and gray, but I get what you're saying. She said, girl, fuck that shit. We want the gods and the goddesses. Oh, somebody said baddie. Christina. Period. Christina! Christina's gone. They want the gods and the goddesses of mythos and lore. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides who wish to see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message for the divine collective? What does divine collective need to know most? To walk their highest path for their greatest good until we meet again. Pomona, plenty, abundance, harvest season. It's going to be so important and so imperative for you to control where your thoughts are going. There's so much going on in the media and just in the world in general that wants you to fear, fear. These archon entities are doing a major push for you to be fear, especially in this awakening Aquarius age of enlightenment, where people are starting to wake up and kind of be activated to what the matrix is. They're just this very, very strong push for people to be frightened, and just ask God to show you. Ask God to give you a way and show you the path, and it'll unfold before you. Because the thing about this matrix, or this fake grid, like the fake grid is it gives it's like like it makes you feel like you need it. The thing about the fake grid, right, that they gave us, is that it makes you feel like you need it and you are relying upon it. You're not needy or relying upon the fake grid at all. It's the godly grid, the earth grid, the original creation. That's the grid that you're supposed to connect to. And so this matrix is doing a major push for fear right now, right? And if you can maintain your consciousness, it takes going out in nature, touching a tree, start planting something, start growing something. Know that you're giving planning. Know that you're giving yourself the tools. Know that you're giving yourself the tools. They're giving free HVAC classes. They're giving free construction classes. There are people all around the world who will show you how to plant a seed and grow it. They'll show you how to plant a seed and grow it if you don't have soil, if you live in a food desert, whatever it is like that. And so you have to decide right now which frequency your consciousness is going to attune to. Are you going to start going to buy? I saw the man grow something in his bucket. He live in Arizona, a literal desert. He got these motherfucking pellets. He got a motherfucking Home Depot bucket. He literally has a backyard that's a farm where there's no grass all around him. You could tap in and tune into that, or you could be worried about the fact that food stamps getting cut off. You could say, God has given me an opportunity to not need these motherfuckers no more. Or you can say, oh, I need them. They taking away my needs. They cannot take away what God gives you freely. What God has for you, it is for you. Home Depot giving free courses on how to learn how to build a house, bitch. So then when you know how to build a structure, when you can go out there in the wood like the man be, you seen the man on your FYP, he be in Alaska, man, he be up there in Alaska in the woods, him and his little boy in that tent. Yeah, because it don't matter, because he good. Good shit happen right now, today or tomorrow. The earth, the aliens could come down to this motherfucker, him and his kids and his family straight. You heard me? And it's those types of things that you need to be doing. That then you ain't gonna be scared. You're gonna say, I have the tools that I need for any case. Children, put your backpacks on. We finna hike this bitch out. You know you're going for your 10,000 steps every day. Hello, I'm talking to myself too. You're doing these things on a regular basis because you're giving yourself what you need. You know they on there fear mongering with the fucking food stamps. When y'all need to be eating that much meat anyway. That's pretty much what you need to go to the store for anyway. Everything else you can grow. Anything in that can or in that box you don't need no way. But then the more you awaken to this, the more the matrix is going to try to push you to make you feel that you need, and where your emotions go and where your attentions go. But I tell you, things grow. Come on now, we've been working on this for a long time. Valkyrie's redemption. Bitch, I just work here. Bitch, I just worked that now. All I got that from this penny card right here. Now look, this is an opportunity for you to reclaim what's rightfully yours, what was taken from you, your natural right to exist without all of these rules and ramifications and certifications. This is your opportunity, and you need to know it at this time. Individuation, your right to exist and believe what you believe, and be free to do what you want to do in your own space, as long as it's not hurting other people. That's what I'm tapping into. And there's this reclamation happening, this redemption happening of individuation, of people saying, you know what, I thought I needed this system, I thought I needed these structures, but I don't, because people have been asleep. Look at it, say hypnosis. People have been under spells, hypnotized, lulled off to sleep. I put a spell on you, and now you're mine, right? People have been under spells, and you all are awakening to these spells. You're awakening to these spells. You got to have faith. Joan the Arc, you got to have faith that what feels like this fight is, they need your consciousnness. They need your energy. They need your emotion. They need your fear, because that system is operating based on your fear. And when you step into your power, Oya, when you step into your power, what the fuck can they do? What the fuck can they do? They gonna stop everybody on the whole planet from planting a seed? They gonna stop everybody on the whole planet from feeding their children, from not needing their petroleum, from not needing whatever they're trying to offer you through this false grid, from learning that you can get free energy and electricity from the grid. They gonna stop you from learning that and then using those tools. Everybody, they cannot. They cannot. And once enough of us know about it, then the spell has to be released. They have to release the masses from the spell, because you're not gonna see your neighbor. with a pole going up from his house with one of those balls collecting free energy like the motherfucking Tartarians, and then you sitting in your motherfucking house stupid ass paying an electric bill. It just ain't gonna happen. This is what I'm tapping into. Confidence energy is out here. So you get to choose what timeline you're tapping into at this time. Be aware. There's a lot of fucking fear mongering happening in the media, but there's if you're looking for it, if you want to tap into that timeline, it's also people giving you solutions, and you need to be solution based. We can talk about what happened, how it happened, and how we got here for the next 50 years. We can debate about who fault it is for the next 50 years, or we can start talking about solutions right now. When we first got alive, we started talking about presence, being present, and your presence is a gift. The present, the very present moment is a gift. Utilize it. That's what this is. Renewal. And there's a renewal, there's an awakening to wisdom. This is Osiris, right? When his wife put him back together, right? This is renewal and awakening to your wisdom and awakening to your power or the possibility of that. And you get to choose. It's up to you. Shit, I know a lot of people. My whole family boule. I know a lot of people that just choose to say, no, fuck this system, make it so much easier. I don't have to get out there and get it on my own. And that's their choice. That's freedom. The illusion of free will. You heard me? It's just not something I can get jiggy with. And it's a choice you can make. I don't judge nobody. I just told you my whole family. You heard me? I ain't judging you. But it's a choice, a conscious choice you making. And I'm aware of that. So you can't get that past me. Strength, energy is out here with plenty at the bottom of the deck. Baby, we live in an abundant universe. We live in an abundant universe, and that's facts. You know it. So then, are you going to let somebody else tell you something outside of what you already know to be true? Just because they wear a white cloak, they're a doctor, they're a lawyer, they're on the news or some shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. We live in an abundant universe, and I'm telling you, nature always has and will continue to find a way. I love you so much. Thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. My intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I hope I'm saying something that helps. If you ever are in need of a private reading or desire one just for shits and giggles, then you can check out my website, www.tarotondex.com. You can also go to the link tree /tarotondex.com. And it is my pleasure. I thank you. Exactly. You got to know that the entities and the energies, the lower vibrational entities and energies are watching you, and they want that energy. That energy, that fear that you used to give, that sadness, that depression, that thought that you needed something outside of yourself, that's what they eat. That's their consumption. And so while they're trying to make you think that your food source is limited, you're really limiting theirs. Be aware. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps.